On the vast grasslands of Africa, where lions often hold the upper hand, there are moments when the entire hunt collapses with a single misstep. When distance is reduced and the prey reacts faster than anticipated, the predator is forced to retreat at the point of impact. What truly determines the fine line between control and failure in these seemingly certain hunts? On the vast grasslands of Masai Mara, Kenya, hyenas utilize the open space to form packs and control the area from multiple directions. The sparsely populated environment allows them to observe far and move in perfect unison. Packs can number 50 to 80 individuals, with a clear hierarchical structure led by females. This coordination quickly creates concentrated pressure, bringing any approaching lion into direct contact. Upon entering this pressure zone, a lone lion approaches and is immediately spotted by the hyena pack. A cordon forms from multiple directions, gradually narrowing the surrounding space. In the brief moment before collision, both sides maintain their positions. Shortly afterward, the lion lunges and holds its target, but the entire pack reacts simultaneously, applying pressure from all sides and breaking the control almost instantly. As soon as the position was broken, relentless harassment ensued, forcing the lion to constantly shift its position. Pressure increased with each wave, preventing the lion from maintaining stability. The approach from behind further diminished its control. The lion lost its rhythm and was forced to retreat, eventually leaving the encirclement. The attack was broken right within the encirclement, and the initiative immediately slipped from the lion's grasp. The hyena's coordinated and continuous pressure allowed them to control the space in a very short time. The situation closed decisively, and the lion was forced to leave the area at a disadvantage. In the open savannas and grasslands of the Serengeti, African wild dogs thrive thanks to their long-range vision and unobstructed space. This terrain allows them to spot targets from a great distance and maintain a pursuit formation from the outset. When moving in packs, they maintain a steady rhythm and lock down escape routes. This control of space quickly pushes any approach into direct contact. From that moment of narrowing distance, an old lioness approaches a watering hole and encounters the already positioned pack of wild dogs. The encirclement closes in small steps, the gap diminishing with each movement. In the brief moment before collision, both sides maintain their positions. Immediately afterward, the lioness lunges and holds her target at the edge of the formation, but the entire pack reacts simultaneously from multiple directions, breaking the hold almost instantly. As soon as the hold is broken, waves of harassment ensue, forcing the lioness to constantly change direction. The pressure increased with each passing moment, destabilizing the position. The gap was broken, allowing the target to escape. The lion lost its rhythm and was forced to retreat step by step, eventually leaving the area. When the attack rhythm could no longer be maintained, The initiative no longer belonged to the lone predator. Coordination and continuous pressure allowed the pack of wild dogs to control the space in a short time. The situation ended decisively. The lion failed to achieve its objective, while the pack of wild dogs maintained its formation. In the sub-Saharan African savannas, like Kruger, buffalo herds are widely distributed and migrate seasonally to stay close to water sources. During the dry season, they travel tens of kilometers each day and congregate in the remaining waterholes. This concentration increases the density of contact rapidly, while simultaneously narrowing the reaction space. From this state of concentration, any approach quickly descends to the threshold of direct collision. It is at this threshold of collision that the lions form a formation and press their target towards the center. The distance is tightened step by step, leaving almost no space. As soon as the defensive position is formed, the buffalo charge in from the outside at high speed. The collision occurs instantly, deflecting the entire attack. After the deflection, the buffalo herd surges forward simultaneously, pushing pressure in multiple directions. The lions are separated from their position, unable to maintain their momentum. A single butt kick disrupts their movement, forcing the formation to retreat. Thanks to the brief opening of space, the target escaped the danger zone. From the moment the hunting rhythm was broken, the initiative immediately shifted. Continuous coordination allowed the buffalo herd to control the remaining space. The situation ended decisively. The lions retreated, while the buffalo herd maintained its advantage at the water's edge. Along the rivers of Africa, crocodiles always choose the boundary between water and land as their ambush point. In the Mara River, they can lie still underwater for hours, waiting for herds of antelope to pass. This environment forces prey to approach in an unstable state. This pushes any movement to a dangerous range, where collision can occur in a very short moment. As soon as the lion crosses that water boundary, it moves into the river without noticing the movement below. The crocodile maintains an extremely low position underwater and closes the distance little by little. The surface remains almost unchanged for a few seconds, creating a brief lull. Then, immediately, the crocodile lunges forward, forcing the lion to react in a very tight space. When the safe space disappears, the lion turns and accelerates towards the bank. Its direction of movement changes constantly as pressure closes in from behind. The distance widened quickly, but wasn't safe enough in the first few steps. The crocodile lost its approach point and the opportunity to control the situation. The lion escaped the water shortly afterward. The moment of counterattack changed the entire situation. The advantage was no longer with the crocodile as the distance widened. The difference between water and land quickly reversed the situation. In the end, the lion left the area, and the crocodile failed to achieve its objective. In the Serengeti, Tanzania, Herds of wildebeest constantly move with the rain to find fresh grass and water sources. The approximately 1.5 million wildebeest in the Serengeti Mara system form a migration stream that stretches hundreds of miles each year. Not holding fixed territories, they constantly change locations to maintain their living conditions. Their curved, strong horns help maintain close proximity, so any approach is quickly forced into a space that forces confrontation. Within that tightly packed space, lions follow, closing the gap with each movement. A young wildebeest deviates from the protective line, creating a brief gap. The lioness immediately lunges in with decisive force, bringing the entire situation to a point of impact. In an instant, all space is compressed, leaving no clear escape route. When there is no more space, the wildebeest leaps straight through the approaching direction, maintaining momentum with its entire body. The toss completely deflected the attack, and the kick to the lioness's head broke the momentum of the approach. The lions changed direction repeatedly but couldn't maintain their position. The gap widened in an instant, and the antelope dashed straight toward the shallow water, completely cutting off the pursuit. The moment the rhythm was broken changed the entire course of events. The initiative shifted as the distance widened. The antelope's instantaneous reaction gave it the advantage in those crucial seconds. The situation ended decisively. The ambush failed, and the lions were forced to stop without achieving their objective. In the river, lake, and swamp systems of the sub-Saharan region, such as the Okavango, hippos spend most of their day submerged in water to retain heat, coming ashore at night to forage. The transitional zone between water and shore creates mandatory pathways where any movement is easily detected. Their strong territorial instincts cause hippos to react quickly to intrusions. These factors rapidly reduce the distance to a collision threshold. Just as that threshold is reached, the lion is crossing the river and is forced to maintain its course within the current. From below, the hippo closes the distance in a straight line without altering the water's surface. For a brief moment, space is almost still before collision. Then the hippo suddenly lunges forward, forcing the lion to react while off balance. With no safe distance left, one lion immediately turns back toward the shore, while the other two accelerate to escape the water. The pressure from behind caused the direction of movement to constantly change and become unstable. The distance widened rapidly with each stroke, forcing the lion to focus all its energy on escaping. The hippo couldn't maintain its approach point when the lion reached the shore and broke free. This missed approach moment in the water completely changed the situation. The advantage underwater was no longer maintained as the distance widened. The difference between water and shore reversed the situation in a matter of seconds. The outcome was decisive, with the lion escaping and the hippo completely losing control of the situation. In nature, each lion's hunt is decided in seconds as distance closes and pressure builds rapidly. When the rhythm of the attack is not maintained, the tide turns at the point of impact, and any previous advantage quickly vanishes. Defeat doesn't come from inferior strength, but from losing the initiative at the decisive moment, when distance and timing are no longer under control. On the African savanna, hyenas don't rush in a chaotic frenzy. They observe, wait, and attack when the rhythm of movement begins to become disordered. In that moment, the attack doesn't erupt immediately, but rather builds up pressure, closing the gap until there's no escape. That's when the situation changes, and what seemed controllable quickly becomes one of the hyena's most terrifying attacks. Can anyone truly escape in time? In the vast grasslands of Africa, white rhinos live near water sources, such as rivers and swamps, where they can easily find low grass. Each individual usually lives alone in their own territory. They have poor eyesight, but very sensitive noses and hearing, which help them detect danger from afar. However, this focus on their surroundings allows them to silently approach any movement. It was this gap in perception that created an opportunity for the predator. At the edge of the bush, a pack of hyenas moved in an arc, not attacking directly but constantly changing positions to apply pressure, forcing the rhino to turn defensively, gradually losing control of its direction and being cornered into an inescapable situation. As space narrowed, the hyena pack tightened the distance and maintained constant pressure, slowing the rhino down and preventing it from breaking through the encirclement. The outcome was sealed when the predator gained the upper hand through coordination and endurance, leaving no chance of escape. In vast grasslands, zebras rely on the strength of their hind legs for self-defense, each kick capable of inflicting serious injury. They move in large herds with lightning-fast reflexes, and when danger arises, their black and white stripes make them difficult for predators to identify. But even a single individual's slowness can quickly break through their safe distance. The moment the zebra's movement faltered, the hyenas began pressing from multiple directions, constantly shifting positions to push the prey out of the line of travel, then accelerating to close in, forcing the zebra to fight back while running, gradually diminishing its control. The situation quickly turned unfavorable as the hyenas maintained steady pressure, preventing the zebra from rejoining the pack, and the outcome was sealed when the predator gained the upper hand, leaving no chance of escape. Hidden in the bushes, the leopard is compact but very strong, able to drag prey heavier than its own body up trees to avoid being robbed, hunting by silently approaching and then launching a precise pounce. And once it has its prey, it believes its current position is safe enough, but a threat is emerging. At the edge of the field of vision, a hyena, having been watching beforehand, waited for the moment the leopard moved away from its advantageous position, then suddenly accelerated, relentlessly closing in, continuously pressuring it to turn around to protect its prey, and gradually lose control of the situation. The close-range approach was complete, the hyena maintaining its pace, forcing the leopard to retreat, and the outcome was sealed when the opportunistic predator seized the reward, leaving no possibility of retaining the prize. The advantage vanished. Not the best hunter would retain the spoils. In a direct confrontation, constant pressure and persistence erode the opponent's options, and ultimately, the more persistent one would be left with the reward. In the African savanna, lions live in well-defined prides, with females hunting and males defending their territory. They possess a powerful bite and superior muscles, stalking and coordinating attacks at close range. Even with many hours of rest each day, they remain ready for short bursts of aggression. But this advantage diminishes when an individual is separated from support. On a trail near the edge of the forest, a lone lioness, after a failed hunt, slowed down. From a distance, the hyena pack, recognizing their opportunity, gradually closed the circle in sync with the prey's movements, then accelerated, applying pressure from multiple directions, rapidly closing the distance. The relentless pressure forced the lioness to constantly change direction, her breathing and gait becoming erratic, no longer able to maintain her distance. By the time she turned to find an escape route, the encirclement was complete, and the outcome was sealed. The hyena pack, superior in numbers and coordination, had no chance of turning the tide. In East Africa, on low grasslands and semi-arid regions, wildebeest survive by migrating with the monsoon to find tender grass. Each individual weighs around 600 pounds and travels in herds of hundreds of thousands, where safety comes from numbers rather than strength. When the herd accelerates to nearly 50 miles per hour, predators have difficulty targeting unless an individual slows down and breaks away from the flow. The moment of separation was immediately exploited. From the edge of the savanna, a spotted hyena, having been watching beforehand, maintained its distance, lowered its body, waited for the right moment, and then suddenly accelerated, forcing the antelope to change direction repeatedly and drawing it into an unavoidable chase. The pursuit ended quickly when the hyena maintained a steady pace, gradually closing the gap. The antelope lost the ability to rejoin the herd, and the outcome was decided when the predator gained the upper hand, thanks to its endurance and precise timing. On the vast savanna, this pattern repeats every day. The majority provides initial protection, but even a small misstep can change everything. And ultimately, The one who waits the right moment will be the one left. Unlike many other herbivores, buffalo are always on alert, living in large, well-coordinated herds. Adults stand on the outer perimeter to protect while the young are in the center. And when danger arises, they don't just run away but are ready to turn back and confront it. This creates a strong defense system, but it can also be broken when the formation becomes disorganized. When gaps appear in the formation, the hyenas quickly seize the opportunity, moving from multiple directions and applying controlled pressure, forcing the buffalo herd to disperse. They then accelerate, targeting a young buffalo that strays from the protective circle, drawing it into a tense chase and gradually pushing it further away from support. As the distance between them widens, the hyenas maintain their pursuit and constantly change positions, preventing the young buffalo from turning back. The outcome is sealed when the predator gains the upper hand, leaving no chance of escape. And when the formation is broken, even a species with strong counter-attacking abilities cannot hold all its members, and in that moment, the more persistent one will be left. In arid lands with limited visibility, cheetahs survive thanks to their ability to accelerate in open spaces, finishing hunts quickly, and despite being the fastest species, they rarely hold on to their prey for long due to avoiding conflict with others, which gradually creates moments where they are vulnerable. At the edge of the resting area, two leopards, having just finished their meal, were recovering when a pack of hyenas appeared. They fanned out in multiple directions, gradually closing in on the space and closing in at a steady pace, forcing the leopards to leave their advantageous position and expose their prey to increasing pressure. The situation quickly tilted to the leopards' disadvantage as the constant pressure caused them to lose their distance. Their reaction time slowed, and they were unable to protect their meal. The encirclement closed, and the outcome was sealed when the opportunistic predator gained control, leaving them unable to retain their prey. Once the advantage of speed is no longer effective, species relying on short bursts of speed will gradually lose control of the situation. And at that point, the one that maintains more sustained pressure will be the last one standing. Along the vast grasslands of sub-Saharan Africa, wild dogs survive in open spaces large enough to observe and pursue, relying on endurance and coordination to hunt relentlessly. Not the fastest, but able to chase for a long time. And once they have control of their prey, they believe that numbers give them an advantage, until gaps begin to appear in their formation. From that gap, a lone hyena begins to approach from the edge of the water source, not rushing to catch the pack but waiting for them to disperse after eating, then gradually applying controlled pressure, forcing a few individuals to leave their positions and widening the distance between them. The accumulated pressure weakens coordination. The hyena takes advantage of the moment it gets closest to its target, maintaining the initiative so that the opponent cannot react as a group, and the outcome is sealed when the persistent predator regains control, leaving no chance to regain the advantage. Once collective strength crumbles, the advantage is no longer maintained. And in that situation, continuous pressure and persistence will gradually weaken the opponent, until ultimately, the one who maintains the initiative will be the one left with the advantage. On the savannah, the commonality lies not in strength or speed, but in how hyenas control distance and maintain pressure, gradually wearing down their opponent's reaction. Small deviations in movement change the dynamics. Initial advantages vanish, and opportunities for correction diminish. Ultimately, victory doesn't belong to the faster or stronger, but to the one who maintains pressure until the very last second of the hunt.